Once again, people of the internet, on our last video, I showed you how to go about picking a server and how to go picking a loot destination based on your skill level and what you have equipment-wise. Now, pretty much it's going to be the same sort of thing today. This is the same as that character was, exactly right into the video. That's where he's going to be at. And we're going to cover, now that he's got a little bit better equipment, we found these 2 guns, everything else is still the same, how to go about picking the appropriate server. And then we'll figure out how to, what loot destination we want to go to next. So, once again, like yesterday, 100 population servers are still kind of off limits for us. We don't have the means or the equipment or anything else to really get anything done. We're still very much in the needing to acquire loot phase. So let's see. Any low population server will do you at this point. Let's see. We have some. There it is. 2 people. That's not going to stay that way, but let's see. I'm going to join the server and then I'll restart the footage. Be right back. All right, guys. I logged into the server and it is nighttime on the servers. I got some suggestions last time just to wait until daytime, just do tutorial videos, that way it's easier to see everything that's going on. Purposely, I like to do most of my looting at night, but I'll wait till daytime and then I will cut the video on again, alright? There, wasn't that just beautiful? Thanks to Ranger Dave for that that footage. Okay, so here we are. It is now daylight, it's starting to become daylight on the server. It's about 5:09 in the morning on the server. Sun is coming up. We have ourselves, I am at the south safe zone, by the way. I went ahead and ran from Delta Peak all the way over to here. Deposited a couple of things that I really didn't need. I still have both my guns. So, we have the means to defend ourselves. That's great. That's wonderful. We got some basic survival supplies, some meds. We're doing good. Now, we're stuck with, well, okay, where do we go now? Well, like I said in the last video, there are a couple of places that are considered to be, quote-unquote, the best spots. Boulder City, Campos City, NORAD Military Base, and Ridgeway Airport, and Frosty Pines are what a lot of people consider to be the best. I personally, from my experience, anything you can get from Boulder City or Campos City or any of these other places, you could get somewhere like Rocky Ford or Superior Junction or Whitestone. The point I'm trying to make is that it really doesn't matter where you go. What matters is you have a basic understanding of what the general player base likes to do. A lot of them like to head right into those things. This is me. This is just what I like to do. I like to go into places like Rocky Ford and then Whitestone. And if my bags aren't full by that point, then I'll go up into Boulder and I'll poke around down around the southern half of it. And then I'll come back down and I'll sweep around if I have to. That's a lot like I like to do. Just whenever you get to this point where you are confident enough that you can head out and you can at least defend yourself against both zombies and players to some degree, it's up to you. Explore around. Where do you want to go? How do you want to play the game? What do you want to accomplish? Do you want to become a sniping asshole, quote unquote, all the time? Well, then you're going to try to have to find sniper rifles, which probably are going to be your best bets, are going to be the major areas. If you just want to get assault rifles, basic stuff like that, and just general supplies of all sorts, you can really go anywhere you want to. My personal preferences, I prefer this little section of the map right here. That's what I like. A lot of people like this section, or this area, I should say. Some like going up here. It's explore around, figure out which parts that you like as a player, and then head out. That's really the most advice I can give to that is you just have to go out and half the fun of the game is not knowing what's going to happen. I have no idea if there's somebody sitting on like a ledge right over there pointing a sniper rifle this way, tracking me, waiting for me to get out of the safe zone. I have absolutely no idea. That's the fun part of the game, is the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. If you... Probably the biggest tip I can give to anyone that's coming into this game or a game of this sort is don't get frustrated with death. Don't get attached to your gear. You are going to die. You are going to lose your gear. I am just trying to show you a means of how you can go about establishing baseline amounts of gear so that way you can go and get other stuff. The rest is really just going to be up to you learning how not to run around and be an idiot. There was one guy who made a response to the thread I made for one of the other videos, I think my first video. And he's like, "You're crouching all the time. You're the kind of person I like to kill." Well, my particular gameplay style, if I'm actually going around the higher population servers and being careful, I'll go 6 to 7 hours straight and not die in a high population server in a high traffic area. Because I'm not just upright running around like an idiot. I am calm and methodical about how I play. That is good for me. That might not be good for you. You know, you have to establish your own gameplay style. That's really what's important. Is just nobody can tell you the appropriate way to play. Nobody can give you a quote unquote 100% loot guide. All I can do is show you what I do that works for me. And you can take that knowledge and apply it to your own experiences and figure out what works for you, or your friends, or your group of friends, or your clan. That's really all that you can do with a sandbox game. Is I can only show you the way how I like to do things. It doesn't mean it's the right way. It doesn't mean it's the only way. It doesn't mean it's the best way. It just is a way of doing things. So I'm going to run over here to Rocky Ford. And I'm going to do my normal little loot routine I do through this town. And I might get killed, I might not get killed. If I get killed, oh well. You know, I got 5 or 4 other character slots I can go play on. If all those die, oh well, I always keep one. That's a hardcore character that I don't mind if it dies, so I can just delete it and keep going. That's personally what I like to do, is keep one hardcore slot, so that way if it dies, I can always just delete and remake it and I don't have to worry about stats. Like I said before, look around. Just look around. In this particular town I like coming to because this building, that building, that building, and that building are all really close together, and there's a military spawn right in front of the garage. There's 2 Hummers that are sitting right there. So literally you can get any kind of item in the game that can spawn, any item at all, you can get inside of this little town has every possible spawn in the game. Let's put it that way. I've found sniper rifles here. I have found body armor here. I have found every kind of assault rifle, every kind of pistol, every kind of ammo, melee weapon, all in this little town. And it's small and joint. That's also why a lot of people know that. And that's why this particular town is server hopped a lot. So whenever you're going through this, you need to be very aware of where people server hop. I'll tell you where. A lot of people like to get right on inside of that house or right on the back side of the garage to server hop the Hummers. So, and I have been in a lot of firefights and PvP in this town. It's just a matter of knowing what it is, knowing how towns are. Let's put it that way. The basic layouts, what kind of spawns are, what's possible. And also, there aren't many zombies like in the town itself. They're all on the other side, on the north side of the town. I'll show you where I come around the corner here. Looks like somebody's been here recently.
Huh?
Yeah, see, because normally there's always something outside of these Hummers. I mean, somebody's been in this town recently, and that's just the problem that you run into with server hopping. Is a lot of times places are just loot it out. And a lot of people complaining about not being able to find weapons and such. It's because they're going to areas like this all the time that are server hopping. I mean, hell, you saw the town I went to yesterday. Nobody really ever goes there. And inside a general store, what did I find? I found weapons. I found this other stuff. I found, sometimes the French towns are going to be the best times. Hold on. Let me 22 clip. There we go for my little 22 pistol. Now it has 20 shots. All the zombies, by the way, are out there, are out in the road, so you don't really have to worry about them too much over here. That's another reason why this is a good little town to loot, because there's zombie presence. It's either like somebody put it off for some reason. I don't know. Like instead of here, I found an M4 laying right there the other day. But decreased loot spawns, shit like that happens. Yeah, that's really just the point I'm trying to make, guys. Is right there, fucking server hopper. Look at that. Caught on film. Scared the shit out of me. Oh, man. That dude scared the fuck out of me. Whew. He only had a hammer. I feel kind of bad now. Jesus. I don't even know how many times I hit him. I just unloaded because he scared the shit out of me. Oh, fucking A. God damn. See, they're fucking server hopping. Get the fuck out of here. Oh. Good Lord. Fucking server hoppers, man. Fucking server hoppers. Ugh. Oh, Jesus. Whew. Hey, take a second. Lost my train of thought. Alright, let's head out of town. Let's go towards Whitestone. Alright, I'm going to cut the footage here, and I'll pick it up whenever we get to Whitestone. Alright, and we're back. I'm starting to come up on Rocky Ford, or Whitestone right now. As I was running out of the town, 2 more people came out of that fucking post office, and I killed them too. It's fucking ridiculous. Goddamn server hoppers. But see, that's what I mean. I'm glad that happened, because it kind of shows you what can happen in these more well-known loot areas. People will just server hop, server hop, server hop, server hop. And to be honest, I don't blame them for doing that, because the game in no way prevents it from happening. And so, in absolute truth, it is the most effective means of getting gear quickly. It really, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's why people do it. I personally think it's an incredibly lame thing to do. I think it defeats the spirit of the game, and it's just, but it's just online gaming. And anytime there's persistent anything, in online game, people will take the shortest route to victory. And that's just how shit is. I mean, you can't really... That's just how it is. I mean, there's really nothing else to say about it. That is just how people are. That's just how the game works. And until they implement something that changes it, then it's going to keep happening. I personally think they need to make it so that like once you log into a server, like all of your characters can only go on that server for 30 minutes or something like that. That would probably prevent a lot of it. I'm just running up this fucking town like a dumbass. Anyway, that would probably prevent a lot of it, but it wouldn't stop it completely. It's kind of like hacking, you can't ever really get rid of it. All you can do is just make it so it's difficult to do, and it's kind of like not worth it. I mean, even like in World of Warcraft, I use that example because they have a marvelous anti-hack system, and they still have hacks in their game. There are float hacks, speed hacks, and stuff like that. The point is, their means of detecting them are really, really mature at this point, so they can stop these people from doing it or catch them a lot easier. Here we go. Once again, there's really not much zombie activity in this actual town. It's all kind of out on the outskirts for some reason, which is another reason I like this place. But just like Rocky Ford before us, this is the same kind of problem, is that people know about this kind of thing, and Boulder City is just right over there. This is a popular place to go on the way to Boulder City. So you need to be aware of that. What the hell was that? Neighbors banging around. We're going to check out this store first. Slicing the pie. Turn. Alright, nothing. Somebody's been here recently too. Damn, neighbors are banging. Ooh, what is that? Yeah, well, it's Kruger 22 rifle. See, there we go, another gun. Again, it's just a 22 rifle, but hey, a gun's a gun. I prefer this Mini 14 myself, but just there's no reload time to it really. Don't need that. I have been hit. Zombie just dropped paint. Sorry, I'm not talking. I need to be talking. get kind of focused on what I'm doing. Anyway, guys, it's like it's all just about developing your own personal style. That's really what it comes down to. Just develop your own personal style of things, and figure out what works for you. Like what I'm doing works for me. And I'm not saying I'm going to do the things that I'm not saying I do things the right way. I'm not doing it the only way. I mean, like those two guys that I caught on video popping up. Honestly, I feel kind of bad about gunning them down because it didn't have anything. It's kind of obvious the first one was was coming after me, and I'm willing to bet the second one was probably just his buddy. But god damn it, the second one was just his buddy. But he probably would have came after. But I just feel bad because they weren't armed, and that's just kind of the way I play. Because I do play as a bandit, but I try to do the whole respectable bandit thing where I don't want to kill somebody unless they're armed. You know, it's not any profit for me unless they are armed. But I'm just trying to show people how I play the game and think of stuff as I talk about it as I think about it. But this is going to be the last kind of like loot guide video. The rest are going to be just me addressing specific problems people might have, or just questions like how do I loot Boulder? Okay, well then I'll show you how I personally loot Boulder. You know, or how do I find this, or how do I go about getting that, or where do you get attachments, or anything like that. I'll start doing those kind of series, and it won't be as long as these have been. But, yeah, I just hope I'm showing people that you can go around, you can find guns, you can find weapons. It's not impossible. You just got to go out there and do it. Play the game. That's the biggest thing I have to do is just play the fucking game. You know, don't be so obsessed over, oh, I'm not finding it, blah, 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 blah. Half the fun is just being out here trying to find shit, running into people like I randomly did. You know, that's what makes the game fun. So, without much further ado, I hope you guys appreciate these videos, appreciate what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring some positivity towards the game world and the game community. And I just want you guys to have fun playing the game like I do. Alright, so this video will go up here in a little while. If you have any questions or any comments, just, like always, post them here in the comments section. I appreciate anything you guys have to say. Thanks. Bye.